Welcome back to Washington Journal. Joining us now is Representative Becca Balint, a Democrat from Vermont and member of the Judiciary and the Budget Committees. Congresswoman Balint, welcome to the program.
I'm very happy to be here.
All right, so the House Democratic Caucus had a meeting yesterday afternoon. You were in that meeting.
Yes.
What did you talk about?
We talked a lot about SNAP benefits. That was something that so many of us are hearing about from our constituents. And what I want people to understand is that in this moment, we have between $5 and $6 billion sitting in a contingency fund that can be released to the states to fill this gap come November 1st, to make sure that people are receiving their food assistance benefits. And it is a choice that is being made right now by the president and to not release those funds. It has been released in every other shutdown so that people do not go hungry. And I think—
Is that what it's there for? I mean, $5 billion's a lot.
Yeah, it's there for emergencies, and this is an emergency. People are going to go hungry. And I think what is confusing is, for many of us, and I know this is true from my constituents as well, why in this moment is the president willing to give tens of billions of dollars to Argentina and not willing to release funds that are literally going to feed Americans? And we can have policy disagreements about healthcare. We can dig into the details of what this moment looks like around the ACA subsidies. But I think we can all agree that seniors and veterans and children should not at any point be concerned that they're not going to get their SNAP benefits. And the states, they don't have the capacity to backfill. I know Vermont is trying. Actually, I was just talking with a friend of mine in the Vermont legislature. They're meeting today with the governor to try to figure out how to fill some of those gaps. But people are going to go hungry. And so this is a choice that's being made that doesn't need to be made in this way.
So Republicans are saying that the choice is on Senate Democrats and that they're the ones withholding the votes to reopen the government. And if you reopen the government, all those people would get their SNAP benefits.
Yeah, I understand that. But the issue right now is we have been promised for 15 years that Republicans would offer a solution to health care costs, that they would introduce legislation that would not just be about repeal and replace, but would be in terms of Obamacare, but actually a plan. 15 years we've been promised this. Between 70 and 100 votes have been happening to try to repeal and replace Obamacare. So forgive me if I don't feel a lot of confidence in this moment when they say, yeah, we're going to get to this issue on Medicare, on the ACA subsidies. This is coming after a nearly $1 trillion cut to Medicaid. And when I'm home in Vermont, I am hearing from nurses, I am hearing from doctors, I am hearing from my rural healthcare facilities saying we are in a healthcare crisis right now. And so we have to deal with this now. The premium prices are coming out November 1st nationwide. A few states released them earlier. So the time is now. It's not about kicking the can down the road. And it is true that we can do both things at the same time. We can feed the American people while also having a substantive discussion about what is going to happen on Medicare and Medicare, Medicaid, the ACA subsidies. And it needs to happen now.
If you'd like to join our conversation with Representative Becca Balint, a Democrat of Vermont, you can start calling in now. Republicans are on 202-748-8001, Democrats 202-748-8000, and Independents 202-748-8002. Federal workers can call us on 202-748-8003. Congresswoman, will Democrats have any change of strategy? The strategy that you've had for the last 4 weeks, nothing's changed. Nothing's happened. Nothing's even moved closer to a resolution.
Well, I think what I want people to understand is there's really a bifurcation of what's happening here. So, like, you've got the Senate still showing up to work. That is a big difference from what's happening in the House. You essentially had the Speaker say, I'm not getting my way. I'm taking my marbles. I'm going home. Republicans have not been in D.C. for nearly 30 days now. And there has been no other time during a government shutdown when the House of Representatives has left town and refused to negotiate. And so in this moment, we are looking to the Senate to see. I understand that there are some backroom conversations happening around the issue of SNAP. There is an understanding that the ACA subsidies need to be dealt with. And so I am an optimist. I am hopeful. I know those conversations are happening member to member, senator to senator on the Senate side of the building. I wish we were seeing that in the House. I wish that the Speaker of the House would be standing up for congressional power right now, because what we see is an activated president who has taken not just the authority within the executive branch, but has taken the authority within the congressional branch. And he is not the speaker for the Republican conference. He is the speaker for the entire House of Representatives. So yes, of course, we are constantly reevaluating as Democrats what the strategy should be. But when the speaker shows up at a press conference and says, my work is done, that is a dereliction of duty.
And we will hear from the speaker right after this program. We'll go to him live at about 10 o'clock Eastern. Would you support, Congresswoman, any standalone bill that would pay the military, the civilian workers that are forced to work during the shutdown? Would you support those?
Well, it's going to be interesting. Again, whatever we are voting on in the House is going to come from the Senate. And so we will be in conversation with our Senate colleagues about what they think the end game can be. But again, I just want to stress to people, I know, like, I was a history teacher. I taught civics and government. Article 1 is about congressional authority. We have the power of the purse on the House side. And so we are looking to the Senate to figure out how they can make some movement there. But the fact that the House is not here impacts our ability to come to any kind of agreement. It really does. Day in and day out, there are no meetings happening on the House side. That is a dereliction of duty.